them in the sands of obscurity or kind of patriarchal, critical oblivion. And it takes something else, another kind of constellation, if you like, to bring them back into visibility.
Feminist art historians and curators of the 1970s and 80s put Frida Kahlo firmly back in the public eye. But even before that, a very different group also took her up, seeing in Frida a spirit of strength and defiance that chimed with their own times. 1965. It's the height of the civil rights era, and it's not just African Americans who are fighting for their voices to be heard. Mexican Americans, Chicanos, are organizing strikes and demonstrations in their fight for equality and social justice.
The Chicano civil rights movement, also known as El Movimiento, was part of the civil rights struggles in the United States in the 60s and 70s, seeking to gain civil rights for Chicano people, improved working conditions, living conditions.
Professor Patience Schell is chair of Hispanic Studies at the University of Aberdeen.
Part of the Chicano rights movement was also about looking at Mexican culture for inspiration. So for these people, there was a lot of interest in undermining the division between high and low art and drawing on folk and local art traditions. So Frida Kahlo's work, which already did that, was an important reference point and inspiration.
Frida's interest in Mexico's ancient culture was a huge influence on later generations of artists, especially Mexican Americans like René Yanez and Amelia Mesa Baines. What stuck out for them was Kahlo's ability to combine the old and new, blending modern surreal imagery with traditional styles.
She uses Mexican folk art, Mexican retablos, which are votive paintings. They're illustrations of moments of crisis, thanking the saints or the Virgin Mary for divine intervention. Her image as well was something that the Chicana art movement particularly started to use. So Frida Kahlo's image of herself, her own self-portraits, started to be used by other artists and incorporated into their work. For the Chicana movement, what was really important was Frida's resilience, despite all of the physical pain, the repercussions of her accident that she had to deal with for the rest of her life, and obviously the emotional pain as well around elements of her relationship with Diego Rivera and his infidelities. Nonetheless, we see resilience, we see strength, we see creativity coming out of that suffering.
Kahlo's fascination for traditional Mexican culture, clothing, jewelry, food and folk art was instigated by her relationship with Diego Rivera. But his fame always eclipsed Frida during her lifetime. The Chicano movement helped put Frida on the map. They made her the focus of attention and pulled her out from under the shadow of Rivera. "I suffered 2 serious accidents in my life," Kahlo once said. One in which the street ran up and down.
v-ați făcut și voi veganiști de ăștia. În spatele fiecărei fripturi este un animal care vroia să lupte pentru viața lui. Zone, nu-ți va grei, o staure, zonea taure. Și eu mănânc carne, legumele, legumele nu mă fac acolo câte o companie, știi? Carnea cu legumele face bună compania. Spune că v-ați făcut și voi vegani.